Hey everyone, LuLaRoe Sarah Fortnash here. I've been documenting my journey to become a LuLaRoe consultant, and this is the next step. In this video, I thought I would tell you about my why as to why I'm decided to join the company, and talk a little bit about what I've done so far and what I will be doing, and to also encourage anyone who may be thinking about becoming a consultant to take the leap. I watched a ton of YouTube videos and did a lot of research before making the decision to become a part of this company, and I'm so glad that I did. I am in the queue. The queue is very long. For those of you who don't know, that means that it's the time after you send in your paperwork while you're waiting to get the call to officially what they call onboard, where you go ahead and pay for your inventory, your initial inventory, and wait for it to get sent to you. It just shows you how great this company is, that the queue list is so long. And we were on a webinar today with Deanne, the owner of the company, and she is just such a positive person and gives such great advice and encouragement. And it helps you to realize that even though the wait may be long, that it is definitely worth it. So a little bit about me and my why as to why I decided to become a consultant. I am a teacher. I still technically am a teacher, but I have been home since my oldest son was born. He is just turned 4. My other son is turning 3 in May. So yes, they are 14 months apart, and we didn't plan it that way, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Our life is busy, but it's a good busy, and I expect it to only get busier now that I've become or am becoming a LuLaRoe consultant. But it will give me a little time for myself. I love being with them. I love staying home with them, but it's time for me to help the family out a little bit financially, and also to get a little piece of myself back, to be able to do something that's for me. And the thing that I love about it is when I brought the idea to my husband, I expected him to pretty much laugh at the idea, but he really sat down and he really listened to me, and he's been super supportive. My friends and my family have all been very supportive. And one of the biggest reasons that I want to become a LuLaRoe consultant is because of the flexibility it gives me. My boys will start school soon, but even though they will be in school and they won't be home with me full time, I would love to have a job where I have the flexibility to still be involved with them, but also be making money at the same time. And as someone who's always loved clothes and shopping and accessories, the thought of selling clothes just excites me. And I love the challenge of helping other women find stuff that they love and that they feel makes them look beautiful. And so I'm really excited about this journey. Like I said, I have sent in my paperwork. We also decided to form an LLC, so I had to wait for all of that to be done, or I wanted to wait for all of that to be done before I sent in my contract and all my paperwork. So all of that has happened, and I am now officially in the queue, and now I can start wrapping my head around how to start this business, how to have my own clothing boutique. And so I have joined a group on Facebook. It's called LuLaRoe Sisterhood, and if you don't follow Tish Baldwin, you really should, because she is the sweetest person ever, and she's the one who started the group. And it's a place where anyone can join it, but it's just a nice place where we can all ask questions and find out what everybody else is doing and what they're buying and how they're setting up their boutique. And it's been so helpful to have a place to go to ask and answer questions that I've had. I have started to, let me show you this thing. This was Tish's idea, but I'm going to make a binder with all of the different styles and then the sizing. So this will go into a binder to sort of be helpful for me to familiarize myself with the different styles of clothing, all the dresses, the skirts, and shirts and stuff like that. So that's one thing that I've been working on. I am also starting to buy all my clothing racks and my hangers and deciding how I'm going to set up my in-home boutique and decide how to pack everything up to take with me to pop-up boutiques in friends and families' homes. And so all of that has been really exciting. As I mentioned earlier, there was a webinar with the owner of the company, Deanne, earlier today. And what they did, forgive me for looking down, but this is where I've taken my notes. What they've done is they want even the people that are in the queue to feel valued and to feel like a part of the company. So they've started a webinar once a week on Mondays at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, which for me, I live on the East Coast, so it's 4 o'clock Eastern Time. And I'm just going to share with you some of the information that Deanne gave out today in this first webinar for those of us that are waiting in the queue. So forgive me for looking down. As I said, she wants us to feel a part of the company. She wants us to feel connected to the company. They are approaching 10,000 consultants. And it's going to take 6 weeks to 2 months to onboard at this point. But like I said before, this is a very valuable time because as opposed to those who onboarded very quickly and jumped right into selling clothes, those of us who have a longer wait have the opportunity to build relationships with the people in our upline, our sponsors, with other women or men who are selling LuLaRoe. And so it's actually a blessing to have this wait and have this time to really wrap our head around things and think about how we're going to set everything up. She said typically January and February are slower months, but this year they onboarded 800 new consultants in December and 2,400 new consultants in January. So that just tells you how special this company is, that these women and men are willing to invest. You know, it's a big investment to have to buy your inventory, and it's worth it. She said that there were consultants on the cruise that they go on most recently, and they said that even if they had to wait 2 years to onboard, they would do that because that's how worth the wait it is. A few people from the company came into the webinar and spoke to us and reassured us and encouraged us, so that was nice. Something she said is the more you give, the more you get, which, you know, is a life lesson. And that with this company, it's blessing lives and strengthening families. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to join this company. So there are close to 7,000 in the queue right now, where we're onboarding 50 people per day. They have upped that to 100 to 125 per day. So she really wants us to not get discouraged and to stay focused and to be ready. And so for those of you that may be on the fence about whether or not to become a consultant, I encourage you to reach out to people that you may know who are consultants, or you can reach out to me. My email is LuLaRoe Sarah Fortnash @gmail.com. You can also find me on Periscope, obviously on YouTube and on Instagram. And I encourage you to do what I'm doing and take the leap. So I will talk to you again soon. Have a good night. Bye.